What's going on, guys? My name is Johnny, and in today's video I want to talk to you about how to build a bigger clientele base. So this video is geared more towards people who are either starting in the photography or videography business, or if you just are having a hard time finding new clientele. I'm going to give you some tips and tricks that worked for us, and I really hope they help you out. So my biggest thing, and probably the most important thing, is understanding networking versus competition. So just a little bit of background for us. My family and I, we moved from Alaska down to Phoenix, and we own a photography and videography company. So coming down here, we're like, wow, the demand for photos is definitely there. But something we realized is there were a lot of established companies that already had their presence here. So we were trying to compete with someone who people knew of, and we were brand new to the area. We didn't have any photos from Arizona. All our stuff was from Alaska. How do we compete with someone big? We came to realize that you don't want to compete with someone big. Instead, you want to establish your own network. So an easy way we did that was reaching out to family, friends, or even coworkers and offering them either a discounted rate or even a free session in order to build our portfolio. So we'd go out to people and be like, hey, we'll do a free family shot for you, or Christmas cards. People are really big into that, and offer it for free or something small like 20 bucks. Well, people would like that stuff, and sure enough, word of mouth really spreads. So when we gave coworkers like a free shoot, for example, they really liked it, and they really were impressed by it. Sure enough, they posted on social media, their friends ask who the photographer is, and there you go. Now you've built your own network separate from competing with the big guys. So my next tip going on to that is having a good website. Having a good website doesn't exactly mean like, you need to be some software coder and need to know how to, do all your coding into your website. It just means when a customer asks you for a website or a portfolio and they go to yours, you don't want them to get lost, or you don't want them to be so disoriented because it's not organized. Something I actually suggest is going onto your competitors' websites and see what works for them. I'm not saying copy it to a T, but if they're doing something that's really working for them, it might be useful for you to integrate that in your website as well. That moves on to my next tip, which is having business cards. Business cards are super important. I know it seems like something of the past, but I can't tell you the amount of random people or even customers that want to market for me that ask for a business card. When I go out to friends, coworkers, or even family, and they're like, do you have a business card that I can hand out? That's something that I always keep in hand. And having a clean business card that really reflects what kind of company you are, I think is vital. And then my last and final tip to acquire more customers is to get more reviews on Google. So a way that we found was really efficient for us is once we do a shoot with someone, whether it was paid or free, whatever the case is, we would send them an email with a link to download their stuff, with a link at the bottom that asked to let us know how we did on Google. And that link led straight to our Google review page. I found that makes it so much easier for people because let's be real, people are lazy, right? So if you tell them, oh, type this website in, then click this button, hit review, and then submit one, chances are they're not gonna do it. But if you do half the work for them and all they do is have to click it and then leave a review, we found that people are more than willing to leave a review. So those are my tips and tricks on how to build a clientele, especially if you're first starting out. I hope this really helped you out. I know it worked for our company. And if you have any more questions about stuff like this, leave it down in the comments and I'll try to address it in a future video.